Hello everybody, welcome back to the Advanced Vape channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the AROMAMIZER V-RDA from Steam CRAVE. So this is a small RDA. It carries the AROMAMIZER name, but it really doesn't have a whole lot in common with the other kind of AROMAMIZER, the RTA type, like the Plus that I just reviewed a little while back. They carry the same name, but they're different in function, and obviously this is an RDA. Made by the same company though. So this is a top airflow adjusted through here, and it's pretty restricted airflow. So clouds are not going to be the main focus on this. It's advertised as a flavor type RDA, and kind of the key thing about this is these spirals going downwards, and the air comes through here and travels along these spirals into the chamber. And that's going to be the main difference with this RDA. The build deck is nothing really unique about that. It's just a velocity style deck. And I went ahead and put a build on there because it's a velocity style deck. Everybody's seen those by now. I didn't go with a really big build. This is just a small fused Clapton build because there's not a whole lot of airflow, and I don't want to kind of choke it out by putting a staple or something in there with not enough airflow to support that. So one thing I want to point out real fast before I talk about something else is that this top section has like an inner chimney that comes down and can actually contact the coils if you're not careful. So you need to be a little bit careful and put the coils close into the posts so that it doesn't touch that and short out. And an easy way to check is to just unscrew this. And I'm not really sure what's going on with that paint there. It was like that when I got it. So this side looks fine, but anyway. Just put this section on there, and that'll let you see quickly if you're making contact there, if you've got enough clearance. So the first build that I did on here, I didn't do that, and it ended up touching the chimney there because I wanted to put the coils out a little bit. It's a big deck, but not really so big when you put that on there. Anyway, while I have this apart, this glass comes off, and it can be replaced with this metal chimney if you'd like. It's just a cosmetic thing. The glass isn't actually holding juice, so not really a big deal. It's just whichever one you think looks better, I guess. And it comes with a drip tip adapter that has a spitback protector on there. It also comes with a squonk pen if you want to squonk with this. Okay, so I'll go on and put it back together. And we'll go on and get through the dry firing. Okay, so pretty standard there. Nothing really unusual. Just a small fused Clapton build, so it takes a little bit for fused Claptons and more complicated to get all the hot spots out. And for wicking today, I'm going to be using Kindo Gold. I haven't mentioned it on this channel before, but I really like this type of cotton. It's got a little bit of a yellowish color to it, and it just feels really different than other types of cotton. So if you're looking for a new type of cotton, you should definitely give this a try. I like it a lot. One thing I want to point out with the Kendo Gold, sometimes when you put juice on it, it doesn't readily soak in at first. So it takes a little bit longer for the initial saturation, and then after that there's no issues. So see how it's just kind of beading off of there? Not really a huge deal, but worth mentioning. It's not making it easier with this type of top. I don't really like that very much, but that's the kind of juice that I'm using. Okay, I'd say we're good to go. And now I'm just gonna get it cleaned up. Okay, and I'm gonna put it at about 65. And I've got the airflow all the way open. So it's definitely not a cloud chasers kind of thing. It's oriented towards flavor. And as you can see, it's getting a little bit hazy in there because I was breathing out as it was firing, so it can ramp up. It's definitely a very restricted airflow feel to it. Even more restricted than the Hadley, which is what I reviewed in the last video. So, I mean, you can do a lung hit. It's just a very restricted lung hit. And if you turn that airflow down at all, it's probably going to be mouth to lung and not so much a lung hit. So it's right on the border for me for how tight it can be to still do a lung hit. So a restricted kind of lung hit. As for the flavor, it's really good. It's definitely not a cloud chucking sort of thing. So if you're just looking for flavor, it does have really good flavor. I wouldn't say that it's better than the Hadley. I would still go with Hadley over this because it has just a little bit more airflow and better flavor. But price comes into effect there. The Hadley is expensive and this one is not. So if you're looking for a cheaper kind of flavor Addy, it's a good choice. Or if you like that restricted lung feel, a lot of people really like restricted lung hits or mouth to lung. I don't think that I would try mouth to lung with the build that I have on here, but you could definitely do a smaller kind of build and get away with it on here. Yeah, overall, really good flavor. This would be the sort of thing that I would want to put on put the squonk pin in there and do that, so I don't have to constantly re-drip it. If I'm coming up with cons for it, I would say I would like it to have just a little bit more air, but for it being essentially top air, it does have really good flavor. My main gripe with this is that inner chimney kind of coming in there quite a bit and easily making contact with the coils unless you have them stacked in like this. I would have liked for it to just be a little bit higher up, or change the design a little bit to allow you to use this whole build space without having to put the coils down super low. Ideally, you want the coils to be up near where the air comes out. If you build it down super low, then what you're getting more than anything is just air coming straight from that and up the chimney and not making as much contact with the coils as it should. So I think that would probably hurt flavor on this to not have them here, but you're sort of limited here. So that's my big con for this. But overall, the performance is still good. Definitely not for chucking clouds, though. I'm not really convinced that these spirals really make that huge of a difference, but I mean, I don't know that for sure. That's just sort of my feeling, that they're kind of there for looks more than anything else. But it does have good flavor, so I could be wrong about that. Overall, a good flavor RDA at a lower price point than the Hadley, but if you have the money, Hadley does have better flavor and a little bit more airflow. But like I said, if you like that restricted kind of feel, then this would be a better choice. And this is also dual coil, so you're not limited to single coil like you would be with the Hadley. So that'll bring us to the end of this video about the V-RDA from Steam CRAVE. If you like this video on our channel, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, if you have any questions, leave them below in the comments or send me an email. Thanks.